Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high. Cause St. Louis isn't ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold on, we just saying hi. Five somebody, rise up. Weekdays, catch us live. Somebody, let's go.
Good afternoon. We back here again, guys. We got a press conference coming up here very, very shortly. So we're going to do a little bit of recap, talking about everything. In about, 17 minutes or so, there's going to be another press conference here, or a press conference regarding the capture of drugstore Slim Shady. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm very much looking forward to the information revolving around this particular case. I want to know how they got him and if he had the weapon on him or not, because we saw in footage that indeed he had some heavy artillery on his person. So I am really looking forward to it. Okay, so do me a favor before we get into this conversation. Do me a solid. Okay. Hit that like button down below. Crush it, do what it do. Hit that reaction button if you're watching on other platforms. If you are watching on those other platforms like Facebook, X/Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Rumble, Twitch, Kick, make sure you hit that reaction button. Of course, make sure you hit that follow button. Subscribe to those respective platforms. Okay. Of course, there's a lot of information, a lot of short videos I'm putting out on these other platforms as well. So make sure you are following those other platforms, okay? So that you're in the know of everything, all right? Of course, don't forget to subscribe here on my main channel. Go to my second channel, The Pascal Show Clips. And of course, go over to my third channel, Pascal Raw, and go check that out, all right? And subscribe to all those platforms, please and thank you, okay? Hit that notification bell, set it to all so you know whenever I go live, whenever I upload. And of course, hit that join button down below, become a member. Check out my Patreon, and of course, check out pascalmerch.com. We got some really great stuff over there, pascalmerch.com. Okay. Whew. What a day. 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 Well, we got some information. And again, like I haven't been able to do, there's so much more going on outside of the Austin Drummond situation. And of course, I'm going to try my best to get to cover as much as I can over the rest of the day. It is a busy day for me. I'm sure it's going to be a very busy day for you guys as well. But nonetheless, we do have to talk about the update. Okay, this is a very, very big deal. Very big deals. Okay, this man by the name of Austin Drummond has been found. Okay, he has been caught. Long story short. And that's the reason why you guys are all here. Okay, because apparently in about literally 15 minutes from now, they're supposed to have a press conference to let us know, how did they actually get this mother lover? How did they actually get Dollar Store Slim Shady? That's what I want to know with his mugliage. I want to know. Of course, we heard from somebody, an eyewitness, who made a phone call, the hero of the situation, made a phone call, saw him apparently sauntering through the woods while they were working on a house and said, hey, ain't that the dude? That seems a little bit interesting. And they called 5-0. And then now we have this photo. In fact, there's another photo of his ass getting arrested too, which is glorious. Okay. Yeah. With his dusty ass. Okay. He tried to be slick. He shaved that pubic hair off his face. Okay. He shaved that off. But nonetheless, you can't hide ugly. You just can't. Okay. You really just can't. But now, like I said, he's locked up now. He's going to have a lot of explaining to do, which I'm very, very excited about and happy about it, like I said. Now, of course, we did show you guys this stuff earlier, but I'm going to play that stuff again for you guys. Now, of course, this is footage from when he was out on the lam. This is footage where he was trying to break into an actual church, because he thinks the Lord gonna open up the door and say, come on in. You know, you are welcome in here. But here's the thing. Karma is a shut your mouth. Karma is most definitely a shut your mother loving mouth. The Lord said no to him. You know, he said, hey, it's open to everyone. Nope, not you, Austin. I'm sorry. The doors are not open for your ass. Enjoy the wilderness streets, because what you did is unholy. Okay? Something unholy. You know what I mean? So this is what he gets. Let's take a look at this again. Walking around with the pew pew as well, man. This guy's up to no good, clearly. Now, like I said, we've already seen this footage, but I'm just showing it to you guys again. Okay? Just showing it to y'all again. One more again. Because this, to me, clearly shows that now he's desperate. The desperation has fully set in. He is trying to seek some sort of shelter so that he can properly take a deuce. I'm just saying, he just wants to, like, it's more than just laying on a ground that isn't covered in insects and dirt. He wants to sit on a porcelain throne and take a deuce in peace and enjoy some AC. That's literally what he wants to do. Okay? He just wants to go into a room and take a poop in peace without ants crawling up his bunghole. Real talk. That's how desperate he is now. He's like, I just want to, you know what I mean? Yeah. So his life is over. His life is completely over. Okay. If you didn't already know. Now, we've already talked about a bunch of this stuff. We've already talked about a bunch of this stuff. But of course, we're going to go through some of it really quick for those of y'all who are kind of late to the party. And of course, there's still a whole lot of information that we don't know about yet that hopefully we find out very, very soon. One of them is from is one of the guys, the eyewitness that actually got him. Let me just pull this up so you guys can see this as well. Because like I said, press conference isn't for another 10 minutes or so. But let's take a look at this.
All right, so what's your name?
My name is Ricardo Contreras.
Ricardo Contreras. And tell us a little bit about what just happened.
Well, what happened was we are working over here, and we saw the guy walking in the middle of the wood.
Thank you.
And we thought, like, you know, nobody wants to walk in the middle of the wood, in the middle of this stuff. So we was kind of like very sure it was the guy. So I called the police immediately when the guy was walking right there, and kind of like give them, the location and everything. And they'd be hearing about, actually I was on the phone when they got here. So, and I'm really glad they got it.
I mean, real talk, it's almost like he said, the guy is, and then they did, woo, like just right there. Like it was that fast, right? He's like, damn, they got here super duper fast. Diggity damn, right? Okay. Somebody please buy this man a cerveza, or someone make this man a sandwich. Real talk. Make this man a sandwich. Please and thank you. All right? Make this man the heartiest sandwich you never seen in your whole entire life. Dag nabbit. That's all I ask. All I ask is that you do that for me. Do that for me. Give him the heartiest sandwich he ain't never seen before. So hearty that he has to take 2 naps. You know, food's so good, you're like, I gotta take a nap mid-bite. Okay? Whew, tired. Or just give him a really good cerveza. The good ones. All right, that's all I ask. Press conference is happening in 9 minutes, just so you guys know. Allegedly. They say 2:30. You know they be lying. They like to be fashionably late because they're still trying to get information, and they're trying to make sure their hair's all in one place and the makeup, their face is beat to the gods. You know how it is. What you girls say. Face is ate up, or what you guys say now. What do you guys say? Making sure your face ate or something like that? Ain't that what it is? I don't know what it is anymore. I don't know. At first it was beat to the gods, but that sounds abusive as hell. So I don't know what it is now. Okay? I don't know the phrase, but you know, making sure your face ate up. Yeah, that sounds really crazy. You know, you're like, ooh, you are ate up. Damn. Okay. Put down the pipe, right? Put down the pipe. Let's get back over here. As we already know, he not ate. It is 8. Like her face 8 or something like that. It's something like that. Somebody knows. Just put it in the chat. I don't know. I don't know these women's terms. Okay, I don't know these women's terms. Okay? Well, man, damn it. Anyway, we already know that he's been captured. Whoop-de-woo. No, I'm kidding. Seriously, I'm very excited about it. Don't drop the show, Boston. I can't wait. I mean, I don't want to see that. But I'm excited about him being in the prison and for the rest of his life, right? So, of course, we already know that they announced during the city council meeting today that he has been captured, okay? Shortly after the mayor announced the capture at the city council meeting, Dyer County Sheriff's Department posted confirmation of the arrest as well on Facebook, which is interesting because you'd think that they would say right off the bat, like, he's caught. They don't have to, like, check in with the mayor, right? To make sure that, is this the guy? Well, he is ugly. So, yeah, it is him. Oh, damn. You don't need to think about it, okay? Like I said, he's so ugly. I can see this from space. He about to be a Halloween mask this year. He that ugly. Like I said before, his facial hair literally had an emotional breakdown with him and said, I'm so sorry. I tried my best. Okay. He's that ugly. Did I mention that he's ugly? Okay, moving on. And here it is. He's ugly because of what he did. Okay, that makes him ugly. You could look like a freaking supermodel, and I'd still say you ugly for what you did. So, of course, we already know about his extensive criminal record. Even while he was locked up, 25 different, what do they say? 25 different disciplinary actions, including that range from possession of substances to owning weapons, attempted M while he was incarcerated. This is a pretty bad dude, okay? This is a pretty bad guy, long story short. All right? But let me pull up a few things. One second, y'all. Let's get this. Let's take a look at this, shall we? Because a press conference will be happening very, very soon. But again, like I said, this dude done mucked up pretty bad. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna roast you. If you a bad guy, I'm gonna roast you. Like I roasted Brian Koberger. I roasted Stefan Stearns. I'm roasting this guy. I roast them all. If you are a monster, you get exactly what you deserve. You get exactly what's coming to you. Okay. He like I said, I don't know why he looks like his face is like a melted mask, but that's another conversation in itself. Somebody else said John Cusack, but here's the thing. Even that is, I can see it. Okay. I can see the John Cusack thing, but damn, like this is a very melted face version of of John Cusack. Okay? Just saying. Let's hear what they got to say.
Hopefully hear more about these 4 people and what role they may or may not have played while Austin Drummond was on the loose. Those 4 people accused and helping him right now are Tanaka Brown, Giovante Thomas, Brandon Powell, and De'Ara Sanders. Thomas, by the way, in the Madison County Jail on unrelated charges right now. He'll be transferred to the Lake County Jail. Now, he and Powell will be in court on Thursday, of course. And
Hold on. Shia LaBeouf. Come on. Now you just naming all white people, all white dudes. Okay. But I do see the Shia LaBeouf too. I can kind of see that too. But you're naming like every white person, every white dude. Next thing you know, you're gonna be like Steve Buscemi, and I see Brad Pitt in there. If you squint your eyes and you got some dust going into your left eye, but you squint and kind of lean to the little bit to the right, you can kind of see Brad Pitt. Don't you see it? But like a thinning hair, like balding Brad Pitt. He had a heavy carbs for like a month. You don't see it. You don't see the Brad Pitt in his face. I see it. You just do this and throw some dust in your eye. Come on, guys. Throw some dust in my eye. See, I see it. I see the Brad Pitt. Damn, I see it. Oh, I even see John Travolta. Get out of here. Okay, let's name every white guy. Every white person. I see Trump. I even see Donald Trump. Hold on, you squint even more. Squint a little bit to the point where it goes black, almost black. Okay, and then you got the dust in your eye. It's like right here. Okay, to like a 90. No, more like a 45-degree angle, and then the dust. Okay, and then somebody on the other side spit in my face. Yep, I can see Trump. Like, come on, guys. Just stop. Okay, John Lennon. I see John Lennon in here now, too. Okay, I see everybody. I see Santa Claus at this point now. Okay, everybody. I'm done. I even see Kevin Spacey. Ew. Oh, no. Maybe it's the thinning of the hair. I mean, I can roast. I'm bald. I don't give a damn. Okay. It's the thinning of the hair for me right there. Okay. It's right there. You see? Or maybe a Jude Law. He's got the widow's peak thing going on a little bit. Maybe that's what it is. Okay. Let's just name every white guy. Why not? Oh, dear Lord. We're about to have this press conference here shortly. Okay. You know, he looks like that cartoon dog. The one that talks like this. What's his name? The droopy dog with the droopy eyes. It's like black and white dog. Old school cartoon. Anybody know who it is? He kind of looks like that. And he kind of looks like he got a lisp, too. With no disrespect to anybody with lisp, I'm just saying he just looks like a mouth breather that lisps. Is it Droopy? No, not Snoopy, dear Lord. Not Snoopy, the other guy. Is it Deputy Dog? Hold on, I'm looking this up. Hold on. Let him cook.
Really neighborhood, but to see just the effort and the manhunt and knowing that he was in the area the whole time just lends itself for nightmares probably to come.
Yeah, so a lot of us use social media on the daily, right? And on social media yesterday were so many videos of people in Jackson showing the helicopters in the sky, the police presence in their normally quiet neighborhoods, just talking about how it's not that day was just not like any other day.
Right.
And I have not had the chance to be on social media today because I've been on the air most of the day, but I can only assume today is much of the same. So social media also playing a presence in some of this where people are able to give you real-time feels, an idea of what they're going through during something like this.
I am very curious to know.
That guy.
Well, I said the motive before. Everything's accused now, so I'm not, it's alleged, but just to drop off the baby, then what we found out were the bodies of the victims, and then to have people who
Droopy.
are now accused of being accomplice to it, it feels like this was planned in some way. So I'm very much keen to know if investigators have been able to piece the puzzle a little bit more on that. Just all of the steps, every moment of the way, every step of the way.
Stop. Lassie? Did somebody just say Lassie? Wow. No, I didn't. No, I was saying a cartoon dog. Okay, not Lassie. Okay, Lassie, where's the fire, buddy? You know, no. Okay, no. Droopy the dog. That guy. That dog. Lassie. I'm done.
We'll go directly to that press conference. We don't want to lose sight of the fact that people lost their lives during all of these events, and we want to make sure we give them that time. Let's go ahead and turn right now to this press conference to get all the latest information.
Press conference.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Kim Wheeler, Public Information Officer for the West Region of the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. We couldn't be more relieved today to share with you an update that Austin Drummond is in custody. That is a significant win for all the dedicated agencies that worked tirelessly over the past week to bring him to justice. We want to thank the community for the incredible help. This successful apprehension was made possible by the countless tips and unwavering support that we received from you, the citizens. Without your partnership and willingness to come forward with information, this arrest would not have been made possible. Thank you for being the eyes and ears. After everyone speaks, we will open it up for questions, but please note this is an ongoing investigation, and you're going to have questions that absolutely cannot be answered at this time. With me here today to provide more information on the capture of Austin Drummond is TBI Director David Roush, Jackson Police Chief Tom Corley, U.S. Marshal Western District of Tennessee Tyrese Miller, 29th Judicial District Attorney General Danny Goodman, 26th Judicial District Attorney General Jody Pickens, Lake County Sheriff Brian Avery, Dyer County Sheriff Jeff Box, and Madison County Sheriff Julian Weiser. Director Roush.
Who got their Discord going off right now? This is ridiculous.
And thanks to each and every one of you that are here today. Let me start by making it very clear. This is a phase of the effort. The capture is a phase. We will move into the next phase. We've already started that at this time. So, but this is not done by any means. This is just, we are now able to move into the next phase. So I do want to say thank you. This is a perfect example of police community cooperation. And there is no better example for this country, frankly, of the effort that's gone into this week-long challenge, trying to find the suspect after the horrible, tragic deaths of the family that was taken from the Lake County community. And so I do want to say thank you to the local, state, and federal agencies that all came together tirelessly, working 24 hours a day for an entire week until today, when finally we were able to get the lead we needed to find the suspect and get him into custody. It also took a very vigilant community, and so we're very appreciative of everyone here in Jackson for being vigilant, paying attention, and especially for the calls today that led us on the path that led to.
ABC 24 News starts right now with
Why would they
news.
do that?
And a community that is looking out for the safety of everyone here. And so I wanted to make sure we express that. And again, I can't tell you how proud we are of the amazing team of police that have worked on this from our various levels within government. And it shows what can happen when we put everything aside with a focus on mission. And so I want to reiterate how important that has been and how proud we are of all that were engaged in this to be able to come to today's phase in our effort. And so with that, I will turn it over for the specifics of the capture over to Chief Tom Corley with Jackson PD.
Good afternoon. Before anything else, I'd like to begin by expressing our heartfelt condolences to the families of the lost loved ones from this vicious crime of Lake County. We're praying for you. No words can fully capture the depth of your pain, but please know that you're not alone and the Jackson community mourns with you. Again, we're here today to confirm that Austin Drummond has been taken into custody. More importantly, his capture occurred without any further harm to the public or to any law enforcement officers. The outcome, as the director referred to, is the direct result of incredible coordination, skill, and determination shown by our local, state, and federal partners. It's a powerful example of what can happen when law enforcement agencies work together with the community who have a shared mission and a singular focus. I'd like to take a moment to recognize and sincerely thank the agencies who played a role in this effort. The Federal Bureau of Investigation and the United States Marshal Service, from our state partners, the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, Tennessee Highway Patrol, and the Tennessee Department of Homeland Security, and local law enforcement, the Jackson Police Department Special Operations Division, our Patrol Division, our Criminal Investigation Unit, and our JPD dispatchers and communications, and also the Madison County Sheriff's Department. Each of these agencies brought their resources, their people, and their expertise to the table, and they did so with excellence. I'd like to pause right now, though, and I'm a little biased, but I'm going to talk about the Jackson Police Department for just a minute. From the moment this case unfolded, you never hesitated. Our dispatchers, patrol officers, special operations, investigators, each of you demonstrated bravery, precision, and tireless dedication, even in the face of danger. Your courage has not gone unnoticed, and the citizens of this community are proud of you, and I'm deeply thankful for you. To briefly cover the apprehension this morning, I want to first address the process that led up to it. As you're aware, for the past several days, law enforcement have been focusing on specific areas of the city based upon some intelligence, some physical evidence, and technology. From discovering the vehicle near MCO Road and the intelligence which led us to the area off of Pleasant Plains Drive, these type fugitive search operations are most typically made in a methodical fashion. When covering areas, particularly wooded areas, a cursory search is not sufficient for community safety. And I know that's difficult to have patience for. And I know several of you probably didn't get a lot of sleep because the helicopters flying around and the officers being in your neighborhood. And I know that's tough, but for the last few days, that's what's been transpiring. This morning, however, a couple of encounters with Drummond changed that methodical search to a dynamic one. Just after 8:00 a.m., we received multiple calls of sightings of the suspect. Placing resources there immediately resulted in an additional citizen's call at about 8:57 a.m. We took advantage of that quickly evolving situation and made the arrest at 9:05 a.m. I'd like to introduce you right now to Officer Trout, Officer Compton, and Officer Drown. They were there right at the right spot and reacted immediately and are responsible for the apprehension of Austin Drummond. As this case moves forward, any additional charges or prosecutorial decisions from any actions that may have occurred within Jackson will be deferred to District Attorney Jody Pickens. We will continue to support his office and the TBI as this process unfolds and ensure that every step toward justice is taken thoroughly and properly. Today, again, we find some peace in knowing that the suspect is no longer a threat, but remain committed to the families, the community, and to justice. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Tonight, families in West Tennessee can sleep more soundly. Austin Drummond is once again behind bars. He is suspected of an unthinkable crime that put all of us, an entire city and area, on edge. He thought he could outrun us, but he was wrong. That's because together we cannot be stopped. Law enforcement from every level and the people who call West Tennessee home did our parts. We worked long hours, neighbors stayed vigilant, agencies donated reward money, and someone saw something. They saw something out of the ordinary this morning and did what he was supposed to do. Because of that action, Drummond is in custody. Thank you to the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation for leading this investigation, to the FBI for their unwavering support, and to the men and women of the Jackson Police Department and the local agencies such as the Madison County Sheriff's Office, Dyer County Sheriff's Office, Lake County Sheriff's Office, and other agencies who show up every day to answer the call to duty. And to the men and women of the United States Marshal Service, thank you. Your relentless commitment to duty is unmatched. To the families in Lake County who lost loved ones, Drummond's arrest cannot restore what has been taken from you. We only hope that we could have helped give you assurance that justice will be had. And to the baby girl who will tell one day her story of survival, we look forward to all that you will do. God bless West Tennessee, and God bless America. Thank you.
Hopefully going to take questions eventually.
Good afternoon, everyone. First thing I'd like to do is once again give our condolences to the family of the victims in this case. We have numerous victims, so obviously we have a lot of people in the communities that are hurting because of this, and we want them to know that we're going to do everything we can to seek justice in this matter. You know, this started almost 7 days ago to the exact minute. It was last Tuesday, a little after 3 p.m. when we got the first call of the infant who had been abandoned, and that started this whole process. I don't think I have ever seen so many agencies work together and work in sync. This has been so impressive. It has been what I would think should be a blueprint for the entire country on how to run an operation. You had numerous law enforcement agencies, not just one or two. We're talking about that goes across all of West Tennessee, federal agencies, and they all put their pride aside and had one common goal, and they all did whatever they had to reach that goal. And because of that, today's a good day, and Austin Drummond is not going to be a threat to this community anymore. As Director Rouse said, this was phase one. The real work starts, and the lengthy work will start at this point. Investigations do not end when a person is arrested. That's just the part to get them into custody. This investigation is going to go on for a good period of time. In addition to that, there will be lots of court appearances, lots of hearings, and we will do everything we can to ensure that the communities are kept safe, and we're going to do that by seeking justice in this case. I'm going to work with General Jody Pickens because we do have a case this time that's a little bit different because we're going across a couple of different judicial districts, and because of that, he and I will be working closely together. But we will work together just as law enforcement did with one common goal, and that's going to be to make sure that we seek justice. And with that, I'm going to turn this over to General Jody Pickens.
Good afternoon. My name is Jody Pickens, and I'm the elected district attorney for the 26th Judicial District, which is comprised of Chester, Henderson, and Madison counties. Like the others who have gone before me, I would like to begin by saying that my condolences go out to the families of these victims who lost their lives. And so we will continue to work to achieve justice for them. The other thing I would say that I want to say that we are very happy that we can, at this point, bring a degree of peace back to this community, which has been on edge since this incident and since they have learned that this person was back in our community. I too am a Madison County resident, and I just wanted to say that when it comes to law enforcement, we are blessed in this area. We don't have good law enforcement. We have great law enforcement. And as what has been said before, people put their differences aside and work toward a common goal. And that is why we are all standing here in front of you today, because working together, they were able to bring some security to this region. Like General Goodman said, an arrest often is just the beginning of a prosecution. There will be the investigation will continue. I will continue to consult with our law enforcement partners, also consulting with General Goodman, because there will be some decisions made. We will be working towards making sure that anybody that may have had a hand in assisting Drummond will be held to answer for that. Those investigations will continue, and we just encourage the public, which has been so important and so engaged in this situation, to continue to provide that information that you may think doesn't matter, but which may in the end provide the break that law enforcement needs. So with that, I would say, God bless our state, God bless this community, and God bless America.
Good afternoon. My name is Brian Avery. I'm the sheriff of Lake County. For those of you that don't know, Lake County is a county of about 7,000 people. It's kind of one of those counties where if one person hurt, we all hurt. This happened right in our back door, and it put a lot of people on ease. And we all band together. Once this happened, when we all band together. We all want to see this thing through. We all want to see it to the end. But today I want to say, share with our community, the Lake County community, the Madison County community, that Austin Drummond is in custody. This arrest is a significant step toward the ongoing investigation, and we are grateful of the outcome. I want to thank the local, state, and federal agencies that made this happen. Without them, Drummonds would still be free today. The community stepped up with the phone calls, the text messages, the emails. If it wasn't for them, we would still be searching. We would still be looking. To the families of the victims, please know that our thoughts and prayers remain with you. While this arrest brings some measure of relief, we realize that the road to healing is going to be a long one. We as a community continue to pray for the families affected, for those still processing the trauma of these events. Justice will continue to be pursued, and we will remain committed to doing everything we can to support those impacted. Thank you.
Yeah, they haven't really said any information yet. A lot of it's a thank you, thank you, thank you.
I'm Jeff Box, Dyer County Sheriff. This incident, the baby was dropped off in my county. The victims were residents of Dyer County. And I want to start today by recognizing those victims. I left the funeral home just before I got here today of one of the victims, and I spoke with both his mom and dad, and they wanted me to sincerely thank with great, great gratitude each responding agency, and each one of you up here, and each officer that responded to this tragic incident that put an evil sense in the air throughout Lake County, Dyer County, Madison County, and all across the state of Tennessee. So today I want to begin thanking you from the family by calling those names that were tragically taken. Courtney Rose, Adriana Williams, Braden Williams, James Matthew Wilson. Their names deserve to be spoken. Their lives deserve to be remembered, and their families deserve justice. Our hearts go out to each of these families. We cannot begin to imagine the depth of your pain, the weight of your grief, or the heartbreak of what you are now facing. Please know that this community stands with you. We're lifting you up, and we will walk with you in the days and weeks to come. Thanks to the incredible collaboration that you see here on the stage and the determination of all law enforcement officers and partners, Austin Drummond has now been apprehended and charged with these victims' murders. We're thankful for a safe resolution to this manhunt, but we also recognize that these families, that the difficult journey is just beginning for them. I want to take a moment to thank those who helped make this possible. Sheriff Brian Avery from Lake County, Sheriff Troy Klaas of Crockett County, and Sheriff Julian Weiser. The Jackson Police Department, whose partnership and response was unwavering. Our state partners, the TBI, Bureau of Investigation, who kept us informed every step of the way, and the Tennessee Highway Patrol. Our federal partners, the FBI and the U.S. Marshals. Every deputy, every officer, every dispatcher, and investigator who contributed to this effort, we thank you, as well as the public information officers, Kim Wheeler of the TBI, and Stephen Sutton, who led an important work of keeping the community and the public informed while we had boots on the ground working this case and assisting in working this case. Thank you to the community. We can't say enough about how your support and cooperation has been the best, not only to keep yourself safe, but to help in his capture today. Let me be clear that the manhunt is over. The justice process is just beginning, just like General Goodman stated. We remain fully committed to continuing this investigation, including the vehicle that was found in Dyer County, the infant that was abandoned in Dyer County, every tip, every detail that we receive, every lead that will be followed through completely and thoroughly. Everyone has been very concerned about the well-being of the baby, and we're glad to report the baby is healthy and doing well. As we leave here today, let us join with the victim's friends and other family members as they lift up the victim's family in prayer for strength and support that they're going to need in the days ahead. So thank you.
Sheriff Julian Weiser, Madison County. I just want to say thank you to the community for the support, the prayers, being vigilant. I got to witness some hard work this week. It was 5-6 days of high intensity, local, state, federal law enforcement officers across this county. You know, every door that we opened, every structure we checked, we didn't know if Drummond's was going to be behind there. And to have that amount of intensity over 5 or 6 days, and our law enforcement personnel working 18 to 20 hours a day, they made an ultimate sacrifice to keep our community safe. And I want to personally thank them. I want to thank their families for standing by them. There's a lot of people behind the scenes as far as with TBI, intel analysts, support staff, the district attorney's office. You know, the troops in the field relied highly on our administrative staff. So they did a great job with providing us with intel. And I know the community will get some rest tonight. And it was amazing to see the hard work and commitment, sacrifice that our law enforcement personnel has made for our community. Thank you.
All right, that'll conclude the remarks. Are there any questions that we?
There's going to be a buttload of questions. Come on now.
Brendan Tierney with WSMV 4 News in Nashville. What's the working motive at this point? Any idea, anything you can tell us on why he did this?
Yeah, and at this point on a working motive, we are unable to speak about that. Still all part of the investigative process at this time.
Man, come on.
Imani Williams with Channel 5 out of Memphis. Drummond was out on bond for multiple charges out of Lake County and Trousdale County. One in Trousdale County being allegedly smuggling drugs inside the jail, cell phones inside the jail. Will that impact his this investigation right now with this incident?
In terms of his prior charges that he also has picked up while he was in prison. All of those certainly will be taken into consideration as we move forward in the justice process, as you've heard the generals speak to. So yes, all of his activities will be certainly considered, not only in our investigative effort and the justice process, but certainly in his housing and how he'll be managed going forward.
Jack Billy, Fox 13. You know, we saw those 3 accomplices get picked up. Are y'all looking into Caitlin Speed?
Yeah, again, I appreciate the question in
Good
terms
question.
of, you know, those who were assisting Mr. Drummond as he was on the run. And I can tell you that we will continue to address those individuals, each that have been engaged. In terms of identifying specific individuals, I won't go into that at this time.
She's not arrested.
Priya Sridhar with NBC News. I understand there's a connection between the suspect and the victim. Can you just speak to that relationship?
Yeah, in terms of the relationship between the suspect and the victims, the suspect's girlfriend is the sister of a victim, is the daughter of a victim, and is the sister of, well, 2 victims. So yes, that's the familial connection at that point. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, I'll let Chief Corley address that.
Sure.
Oh, snap.
Yes. So the first call we got, he was out in that area. The second call that we got that led to the apprehension, he had been in that area and was in the wood line, I believe, the wood line right behind that. So, but as far as the location where he was standing or staying overnight or during the day, yes, it was an abandoned or a vacant, I should say, a vacant building. I don't believe so. I can't tell you that.
Was he armed when you found him?
No,
How long do you think he'd been in that pool house? I mean, was
I
it
couldn't tell you. Not right now. We're investigating that.
I know you all talked about community support. There was a large reward out. Will somebody get that? Will you divide it? How will it work?
Yeah, what is the motive?
Yes. So in terms of the reward, what will happen is we will vet
don't care about
the information that we obtained and determine who would be appropriate to receive the award. So we'll look into that very specifically to determine who it will. More than likely, from what I have heard, there may be more than one person that will receive a portion of the award. And so that's what we'll be working on as well. Let me go back here and then I'll come back. Yes.
Can you talk a little bit about how he survived during this period of time? Was he getting help from the persons who've been charged in this case?
Good question.
Yeah, Mike, in terms of how he was able to continue to be out on the run and those who assisted him, I won't be able to go into that because that's all part of this investigative process. And we can't go into those details yet at this time.
You know, you said you can't speak to motive. Do you have any idea why all those victims ended up in that same spot in Lake County?
Yeah.
Again, those are specifics about the investigative process. I won't
So then why
go
have a
into
press
details
conference?
at this time. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, in terms of were we surprised that he was still in Jackson? I think I don't believe we weren't surprised that he was still here in the area. We know he was obtaining support, obviously. As you know, we have arrested individuals that were providing that. And so it wasn't a surprise. Quite frankly, we thought he may try to run, and his history has shown he has left the state before. And so we were concerned about that, but we had a lot of confidence in the information we were getting, the intelligence we were getting, the technology that we were following that helped us with the assurity that we were honing in quickly on his location. Again, it was the community that really broke this for us, and I don't want to downplay that at all. All of the effort, all of the technology, all of the dog determination that we had was really came down to the community doing as was stated, seeing something and making that call. And that was critical for us to be able to be where we are today with this. I think we're going to get one more.
Ezekiel with ABC 24. You mentioned that Drummond wasn't armed. Were you able to recover the weapon that you were seen holding?
Yeah, I can tell you that, yeah, we did recover a couple weapons at this point, and we're still searching to see what else is out there. And so I would ask, again, a plea to the public. If you see something that you believe maybe was involved in this, don't touch it. Call right away. Let us get to it and process that scene. And there are still pieces that we're trying to place together, and so there's still evidence out there that we need to gather. But we have recovered weapons. I can't speak to if those are the weapons that were used in the homicides, but I can tell you we have recovered a couple of firearms at this time.
One more question from
Yeah, I'm sorry. I cannot speak to the specifics of the weapons yet. Right?
Still can't
Yes,
say
sir.
anything.
Final.
Where is the baby? Where is Drummond? And did Drummond say anything once it was captured?
I can tell you in terms of Drummond, he has been transported to a facility. We won't state where he's at this point. And I can tell you that, well, I won't tell you what took place after he was taken into custody. That's all part of our investigative process. In terms of the child, I will yield.
For the baby, we'd rather not say where the baby is now for its well-being, but it is safe, healthy, and being well taken care of.
All right. Again, thank you all. We very much appreciate the help, especially throughout this. The media has been absolutely critical, pushing information as quickly as we could provide it to you, keeping a focus for the public on this. And so we again, this isn't just policing. This is our community. This is our great media doing a fine job. So thank you all as well for the effort that was put into this. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, there it is. Boom goes the dynamite. One thing that's very interesting about this that we just found out, I don't think you guys caught it, because I figure you guys have been like, oh. So Caitlin is apparently this man's baby mama, who they say was a corrections officer. At least that's what the rumor mill is saying right now, that she was a corrections officer. That's how she met Drummond. Of course, fell in love or whatever, and then they started bumping uglies, all right? And she now is with child. Apparently, she is the sister of Braden and Adriana. She's the sister. And that the grandmother is actually the mother of Caitlin. That's at least what he said there. It was very confusing. But he said, yeah, that was a very empty presser. I will say that too. But he basically said, yeah, that she was the sibling. Like these were siblings. Okay. When they asked the question about them. So hold on. I know I'm confused too, or it sounds confusing. I understand. Hold on. Let me just pull up what I mean. Okay. Let me just pull up exactly what I mean. Hold on. What the heck? Oh, that was weird. Let me pull up exactly what I mean. Okay. I just need to pull up the photo. So allegedly, there's now saying that, and maybe I misunderstood it, but it sounded correct. This woman right here, who happens to be the mother, or the about to have a baby that is going to be their child, Austin, and her name is Caitlin Speed. Okay, apparently, this right here is her mom, right here. So Adriana and Braden Williams are her siblings. That's at least what he said in the press conference, unless he jacked that up. So now we understand that these are all, obviously they were blood related, but now we understand that this is a whole family thing. So the grandmother of the 7-month-old, okay, is the mother of these two kids right here, Adriana and Braden. But she also sired another daughter. Her name's Caitlin. She is pregnant with Austin Drummond's baby. Now, I don't know if Caitlin is, if they're half sisters or something like that. Well, hold on. Let me find the part where he says about the relation, because it sounded like he said she has two siblings and a mom. Like this woman is her mom and she has two sisters. Okay. So it's very confusing. So hold on. Let me see if I can find it.
Technology that we were following that helped us with the assurity that we were honing in quickly on his location. Again, it was the community that really broke this for us. In terms of his prior charges and how he'll be managed, we're assisting Mr. Drummond as he was on the run. And in terms of identifying specific individuals, I won't go into that at this time. Yes, ma'am.
Priya Sridhar with NBC News. I understand there's a connection between the suspect and the victim. Can you just speak to that relationship?
Yeah, in terms of the relationship between the suspect and the victims, the suspect's girlfriend is a sister of a victim, is the daughter of a victim, and is the sister of two victims.
You heard that? So she is the sister of a victim, a sister of a victim, and the daughter of a victim. So if you do the math, it kind of looks a lot like this. Boom. Okay. She is the daughter of the victim, the sister of a victim, and the sister of another victim. Do the math. There's only 4 that lost their lives. 2 of them happen to be siblings. The other one happens to be the mom of those siblings. So they just confirmed she might be a half sister. That might be the situation. But she was born, and her mother happens to be Courtney Rose, who happens to no longer be here, who happens also be the mother of Braden and Adriana. He just said it. You just heard him say it with his own mouth. So in other words, she is a sibling of these 2. Her mother, her biological mother, is indeed Courtney Rose. She just lost her whole family. So again, this person right here, this woman right here that goes by Caitlin Speed, her mother is actually Caitlin Rose. And she has 2 siblings, Adriana Williams and Braden Williams. They both, all 3 of them, the mother and her 2 siblings, lost their life. Now, maybe he misspoke. Maybe he misspoke, but that's exactly what he said. You see what I'm saying? That's exactly what he said. Now, she could be a half sister of these 2. In fact, he could have been misspeaking. He could have misspoke. And maybe Caitlin is the half sister of Courtney Rose, who happens to be the mother of Adriana and of Braden. That's possible too. But he said that out with his own mouth. He did. So this is crazy. This is crazy. And, no worries. I will repeat it again play it again for you guys really quick, just so you can hear what he said right here.
With NBC News, I understand there is a connection between the suspect and the victim. Can you just speak to that relationship?
Yeah, in terms of the relationship between the suspect and the victims, the suspect's girlfriend is the sister of a victim, is the daughter of a victim, and is the sister of, well, two victims. So yes, that's the familial connection at that point.
If he misspoke, then he misspoke, but still doesn't matter. Okay, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, this is all a family affair. At the end of the day, whether she is the sister of Caitlyn or if Caitlyn actually bore, I'm sorry, if she's the sister of Courtney Rose, or if she was born, if Courtney Rose gave birth to Caitlyn, it doesn't matter. It's still all within, it's all familial, okay? It is all within the family. But still, to get that specifically correct would be great. Now, we'll see what the news says, but he said it out loud. I'm not making things up. He said it with his own mouth. All right? I got better things to do than to just make this ish up. All right? But that is very interesting that they're saying that there is indeed a familial connection here. Okay? I don't know how old Caitlyn is. I'm sure there's going to be new reports or something about that out here very, very soon. But regardless, the grandmother, okay, man, the grandmother, Courtney Rose, okay, she's a very young grandmother. She's 38 years old, 38-year-old grandmother. So she's pretty young, okay? So again, you know, she had Adriana at like what, 16, 17 years old or something like that. That's young. It's very young. Okay. So again, very, very interesting here. Okay. But that is the press conference, guys. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to hop off here. So that is the show. All right. But of course, you know, when there's more information, we'll talk about it here very, very soon. All right. Be on the lookout for all of this. There's more information, I'm sure, that's going to be coming out here very, very soon. Okay. Yeah. Adriana was 20 years old when she lost her life. Yeah. So yeah. 18 years old is when Courtney Rose gave birth to her, to Adriana. So that's crazy. May they rest in peace. Of course, we're getting closer to justice for them. If there's more information about this, I'll be talking about this with you guys very, very soon. But they cleared some information, not enough. And hopefully more will come out over time, okay? We'll just give them some time, and hopefully we'll get some more things cleared out. But please do me a favor, hit that like button down below, hit that reaction button if you're watching on other platforms. If you are watching on those other platforms, make sure you hit that follow button. Make sure you subscribe here. Go subscribe to the Pascal Show clips. Subscribe over to Pascal Raw. That'd be greatly appreciated, okay? Hit that join button down below and check out PascalMerch.com, all right? We got some really great stuff over there. PascalMerch.com. Anyway, guys, it's time to get going. Much love to you guys. I'll be talking to you guys very, very soon. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.